Hey everyone, it's Matt C. And man, is it thundering outside? So I apologize in advance if you hear anything thundery. But I was gonna wait until the worst of it was over, but I couldn't wait until I opened this up. Never done an unboxing before, really. I think I've done like one comic unboxing, but I don't know. Like I've been a big fan of Bandai models for a while, since they started coming out. Really, just past only like a couple years. This Japanese company that usually does Gundams and stuff like this, like samurai, Darth Vaders, and things of that sort. Like they kind of just went to like film accurate, uh, yeah, models. And let's see if the light's still working. So this sucker's a year old. Don't look at this little piece I missed. Did a cockpit lights in there. You can see them. They're all the same. One was really like two lights, and just kind of like, what do you call it? Kind of like tie-dye painted colors on them. And yeah, had a lot of fun with this one. Did a snow speeder. Models was always something that like I admired from a distance. Like my grandfather had one, or he had a lot of like ships and things of that sort that he was into, and I always kind of thought that was pretty cool. By one, I mean he had one modeling addiction, I guess, but I never got a chance to really try my luck at it. And my day job, like I do a lot of technical sort of engineering things, and so it kind of renewed my interest in this sort of stuff. And these things are cheap, man. The A-Wing and the Snowspeeder, they were each like $20, if I remember right. And just setting up a lighting situation, I mean, that puts you back like $5 at Michael's. Yeah, if you like, spending like a few weeks chipping away at something, I highly recommend it. And then so the B-Wing, they announced this. Bandai announced it in Japan like last summer, I think. This is when I was in the middle of making the Snowspeeder, I think it was, and just kind of perusing what they had. And I wasn't, I'm not plussed about most models. Like I gotta really like it. And Rebel ships are always my favorite, and particularly Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie, hands down. I don't know how controversial that is. It's not Empire Strikes Back, as much as I do like that, but especially the ships, obviously, like that's like their third time to like take a crack at that, making cool designs. Gosh, it's a little smaller than I thought it'd be. Given this is 172 size, I think the other two are 172. Or are they? You know what? Maybe I got I think this B-Wing's slightly. You know what? How fun is that? Slightly smaller. This is gonna be tough. All right, this is gonna be annoying, but hold on one second. Yeah, so I just looked at my snow speeder box, and it's 148. So how fun is that? So off the bat, I'm kind of glad, because I was kind of looking at my shelf and thinking the B-Wing is 3 times as long as an A-Wing, and it's going to get a little clunky. But yeah, so this is what we got. I was expecting. So they did like a limited run of this B-Wing. Took a little while to come out, and I think it's always been about $50. So it's about as much as I got it for. I was expecting gray and white, and this is one of the nice things about Bandai is that they come, you know, like the plastic molds are color coded. You know, the plastic's already the color it needs to be, which is good. Look at that. Yeah, that's one of the things about the pictures that I've been seeing about the B-Wing is that it has a pretty complicated kind of rig to keep it up in a stand, and that kind of makes sense. I think it's going to be rotatable so that you can get like the vertical and side sort of things going on, depending on how you want to present it. Good thing number 2 about Bandai is the really helpful, you don't have to know Japanese to put these things together. It's like the IKEA approach to instructions. And benefit number 3 is that it's all the parts snap together. Forgot what you call that. So that's nice. So no glue required, which is helpful. And benefit number 4 is they always give you they give you options. You get the water based, oh gosh, see, it's been a year. Like I haven't touched a model in a minute. So, you know, it's like the ones that you stick on, the water decals, that's what it's called. And then like sticker options. And, you know, you don't have to do either. You can just paint them on, which I might do. I always try to buy a model that's going to present like a bit of an extra challenge from something I've done before. So I guess the Snowspeeder is kind of easier than the A-Wing. But so I'm considering rigging up a light setup like I've done with the A-Wing. It's got red engines, and it might be nice to do the cockpit as well. And maybe I paint on those famous circle decals. I tell you, maybe it's the lighting, but I'm a little disappointed. They always have this like pale, like grayish cyan sort of color to this. It was always like a very, very cool gray, and that's one of the things I loved about it. And dang it, if this, I guess you got the dark gray and you got this lighter gray. I'm 10% disappointed that the gray is what it is. It's a little more flat. It's a cool gray, but it's a little flat for a gray. A little too neutral for my taste. So I'm probably gonna have to paint that, which I guess that's gonna be one of my challenges. I might just have to add that to the mix. And yeah. So nice. It's a pretty thin ship, so I didn't expect a ton of parts. And as you could tell, I was expecting 140 something scale, and I got 172, and that's on me because it's on the box. I remember I almost bought the 172 A-Wing, and I'm glad I didn't, because that was I think they have that, and that's too small to be fun to put together. But yeah, so over the next, this is going to be a series of videos I put up on an occasional basis as I chip away at this. I'm going to take my time with this one. I want to make sure I do it right. B-Wing was, I played was it Rebel Assault 2 a lot in elementary school, mid-90s. It's a great game, and B-Wing was featured in that. Really liked Mon Calamari aliens and their ships, and for some reason I always associated, and I guess it ended up being the right thing in the Rebels animated series. It was a Mon Cal that designed the ship. But yeah, the weirder the better when it comes to ships for me. And this is a pretty weird ship. Almost got no screen time. Another neat fact, there's a guy that's doing Empire Strikes or he finished Empire Strikes Back Remastered, and it's what I've seen, it's fabulous. And he's doing he's chipping away at Return of the Jedi, and he got some British guy. He got some British extras to film pilot scenes, and I guess he's put in the extra deleted footage, which I didn't even know existed until like a year ago, of B-wing dogfighting in the Battle of Endor, and so he's putting that back in. So we're going to see a bit more B-wings in a fan version of this movie. So yeah, that's my unboxing. Did I do it right? Gonna be, maybe the next video is probably gonna be part of this put together and the beginnings of me painting and aging this thing. It's always a process of figuring out what parts you want to put together and then age together as a unit, or paint as a unit, and what parts you kind of want to keep on these thingies. Oh, man, I should have done my homework and figured out. I used to know all this stuff when I got into it for like 2 models a year and a half ago, but it's gonna have to come back to me. Anyway, thanks for checking out this video, and I'll give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff, and I'll have more of this kind of content coming up soon. Thanks. Bye.